Okay, here's a fun question. If you could have any job in the world, I know you said teaching, but if you could do anything, you could be a professional taste tester, you could be a WWE wrestler, whatever you want, what would it be and why?
Gosh, I would have to say like international superstar rock star.
Okay.
Yes.
What would you play?
What would I? Oh, I wouldn't play an instrument. I'd probably just like sing. I mean, if I could, if I'm getting superpowers with this, then I'll play piano and guitar.
Okay.
Or
like at the same time?
I'll play everything. Like honestly, like if this is just fantasy, like
you'll be like the one-man band. You'll just have everything strapped on.
Yes.
Okay.
Like a harmonica, like attached to my head.
For sure. That's pretty sweet.
But no, I love to sing and perform, so I think that'd be fun to do it professionally. It'd be cool to just like go on tour and perform for like millions of people.
Yeah. Never too late to start a new hobby.
Oh, yeah.
One of the things I really want to do, I've been making time each week to do like lessons, just teaching myself drums, just because I have an electric drum set now, so I can actually practice without being obnoxious. So that's really cool. So one of the things I really want to do is I eventually want to start a cover band where we do covers of mainstream songs, but it's super like progressive, so the time signatures are all weird. And it sounds like more jazzy and
I can dig it.
More upbeat.
Yeah.
So that's something like I really want to do. It's just a matter of finding other people that want to be in that band with me.
Well, you might have to hit me up when you get together. No, okay, just have another fun fact. I was in a musical last weekend.
Were you? What musical was it?
I was in Annie. And no, I was not Annie, because everyone kept asking me that, and I'm like, why would I be Annie? Like, I think the concept of Daddy Warbucks and an orphan is already creepy enough. Like, imagine if that orphan was 22. Like,
yeah.
So, no, I did not play Annie.
So, who did you play?
I played Grace. She's, like, the private secretary.
Okay.
To Warbucks. So,
cool.
Yeah, that was fun. I hadn't done a musical in over 5 years, since, like, high school. Mm-hmm. So, that was fun to get back into that. How
long was it, like, preparing for it?
Like, 2 months.
2 months.
We started early March.
Okay. Cool. And so then you just do like a week of showing, or just
one? We had 4 shows. We like all last weekend, so it was Thursday through Sunday.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, not manager, but like the guy in charge of me. He's in a play right now actually, and he's it's like some play about I think president assassinations, and he's.
Oh my gosh, I have a friend in that show too.
No way. What's his name?
Mitch.
No. Oh shoot. Okay. Okay, this is crazy. So I actually just worked with Mitch about 1 to 2 weeks ago. He did the voiceovers for the products that like I work on at Impact.
The Owens he was in a commercial.
He was in Owens Corning too. Yeah, he was talking to me about that. But yeah, that's super cool. Small world.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, so that's really cool. Small world. Do you have like sort of be like coming up, or because we don't have to.
Nope.
Just whenever. Okay, just double checking. But yeah, it's definitely, I think, really important to like have hobbies when you graduate, though, not just
it was
work.
So fun. Like, obviously, like, it got really busy towards the end because, I love to go to the gym, so I usually just go to work and go to the gym and then come home and just do whatever. But just like, yeah, like you said, just like having a hobby and something to do, like it was so fun. Just like go to rehearsal and be singing and be around other people that love doing that too.
Yeah.
And something I've loved for like my whole life that I kind of just like pushed aside for 5 years. Mm-hmm. So it was very kind of a weird feeling to do it again. But like also it made me so happy. Like, and it made me so happy because it made so many other people happy. Like all my family was like, oh my God, we're so happy you're doing another show. And everyone's like, so when's the next one? And I'm like, okay, calm down. Like,
yeah. But like when you graduate, you actually have a bunch, like you do have to work 8 to 5 every day, but then after that, you just don't have to study for anything, and
that is so nice. I will say I had like PTSD for a little bit, like after I graduated. I remember like when I started my job last summer, there was like a couple Sunday nights where I'd just be like totally chillaxing, and all of a sudden I'd be like, oh my God, do I have something to do on Blackboard? Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, what the heck? I haven't been in school for like 3 months.
Yeah.
What the heck? Like it was weird.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But yeah, cool. So, what is the most important factor to you when looking for a job?
I think definitely, like, office atmosphere, work atmosphere. Not everyone works in an office, but kind of just the atmosphere of your job and the people you work with. I really think that can make or break it. I've had really awesome jobs with crappy bosses and left because of who was in charge. And, like, that sucks because...
For sure.
And especially with the one, like, they had multiple people leave because of that. And it's like, obviously something's not right here. And obviously something's not being done right.
Yeah.
And it's making people feel this way. And they had been told that and, like, still didn't want to change anything.
Yeah.
So I think that says a lot about who you are as a person and, like, your company. So I think that kind of sucks. But, so for me, if I'm at a place where I feel like I really fit in and I feel like my ideas are not only appreciated, but also, like, they want to use them and they want to, like, give me a shot, I think that, for me, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Going off of what you were saying about, like, having a good job, but then the people you work with kind of stink, I have one of my friends actually is doing a job right now where it's a really good job position. They're getting paid a lot, but there's just, like, this one person that always scares certain types of people away. Like, we can just say that. And I think my one friend, this is going to be, like, the 7th or 8th person in, like, the past 10 years that this person be scaring away from the position. And the reason why that they're still have their job is just because people knowing people and they don't want to have them laid off. And yeah, it's just, that can suck.
Yeah.
A lot.
And it's not, and then it's like you dread going to work every day. Not because of the work you have to do, but literally just because of who you have to be around.
Yeah.
And, like, that's not fun.
Right.
So, and then that, and I know I'm one of these people, and so I'm sure other people are this way, but I'm that type of person where I take that kind of stuff home with me. Like, then it, like, bugs me at home, and I'm always thinking about, like, oh, God, like, my boss sucks. Like, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. So, like, for me, when I was finding a job after college, that was really important to me. And, I mean, I've found that and more. Like, the people I work with are amazing. I mean, like, my boss and his wife and everyone I work with, like, came to my musical last weekend, like, loved it. They're just really easygoing, super understanding. It's really flexible. But at the end of the day, like, they obviously expect me to, like, work hard and put in a certain amount of effort, and it's a nice balance.
Yeah. And, like, with me, I'm super lucky with who I'm working with right now. Our whole marketing department, they're all just really funny. They have a really good sense of humor and just really fun to be around. I personally kind of see the people who you work with, if you're comparing it to, like, a movie, it's kind of like the comic relief, because you're obviously not talking to them the whole time. Most of the time you're doing your work, and then, like, every here and there someone will do something funny or weird, and that's just kind of like, you kind of need that in a movie. You need that comic relief to, like, if you're watching, like, let's just say a horror movie, not the best example for comparing to a job, let's just say a horror movie, you need that comic relief just to kind of ease things up,
relax again.
Yeah.
And I agree, and I think about this a lot. The people you work with, you spend 40 hours a week with them. Like, if you think about it, like, say you have a significant other, like, at the end of the day, especially if you don't live with your significant other, like, you're essentially spending more time in a week with people you work with than, like, the person you're dating.
Right.
So I think that's, like, when you put it into perspective like that, it's like, wow, like, I really need to like these people. Or even if I, like, don't, like, at least get along with them. Yeah,
for sure. Cool. So, I forgot, do we already go over, so, like, what, do you have, like, a 5-year plan, or, like, what are your plans for the future?
My 5-year plan, let's see. It's, under construction?
Yeah.
No, I've been putting a lot of thought into it lately. Right now it's kind of just deciding what my next step is, what I want to do, where I want to be.
Yeah.
It's very up in the air right now.
Okay.
But it's a work in progress. I'm working on getting it together.
I think it would be really cool if, like, in the future you did pursue your teaching career. I really do think it would be. Even if it's just, like, as a retirement job. One of the things that my dad has been doing for the past 20 years is he's been going to school for music, because with his work, they actually help pay for college while you're at work. So
okay,
he's been doing, like, one class each semester, and the reason it's taken so long is he switched to multiple schools and credits didn't transfer over. So, but he actually just graduated from music last December, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
And then he just has to take a few more classes for teaching, and then he'll be able to retire from his current workplace and be able to teach in music. So.
Like you said, I think it is never too late. Even if it'd be fun to have my own classroom and whatever, but even just substitute teaching, I think that would be a fun retirement job too. Even though kids are bratty sometimes, so it'd be hard. At least if you have your own class, you know your students, and you'd be like, okay, snap out of it. Nope, we're not gonna act like that. Whereas when you're a sub, there's already just the idea of a sub in the room is ooh, what can we get away with today? And I don't know if I have the patience for that. So,
don't you technically only need a degree to be a sub? I think. Or no?
I don't even know if you need a degree. You just have. It's some type of certification.
Okay.
I think. Don't take my word on that, but you don't have to have an actual education degree.
Okay.
If that's what you're asking.
Cool. Interesting.
Yeah.
Neat. Well, I think that just about covers the interview section. We're going to head on over to the game section of the show.
Okay.
So for the game section, we have 2 different games we play. Each one, you can get a score of up to 100 points, so a total of 200 points.
Okay.
And then, so that 200 points will determine your placement in the official Straight Out of College ranking list of champions. Pretty sweet, very official.
Trying to be at the top. Let's go.
Show.
As long as they're not math questions. Oh my god.
The first game is called BS, which stands for Bad But Smart. The way this game works is I'm going to ask you questions you're probably not going to know the answer to, and you have to give your best version of the answer possible. As if you're in an interview and you just didn't prepare for it at all.
So I have to BS my way through it.
Yeah.
Essentially. But it can be wrong.
You just have to make it sound as right as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So if
These directions seem very unclear and I'm getting nervous.
So say you're in an interview, right?
Okay.
And I ask you a question, let's just say what is Cornell's biggest product? Or something like that. And then you just have to BS your way through it.
Okay.
You can just say, the people. Maybe not the people. Probably don't want to sell people. Bad answer. Okay, cool. So, what is the derivative of x squared?
Y? Literally the letter Y? I don't know. Wow, I'm not getting this job.
Wow.
Y equals mx plus b? I don't know.
Man, it's been a while since... What is that? That's acceleration, I think? No.
No. Y equal... that is the graph.
It's a graph or something.
Linear equation.
That's a parabola, right?
No, I think it's a linear equation.
Y equals mx plus b. That's so x is the slope, and then b is where you're starting off. So definitely not acceleration. It could be No, I don't know. Okay. All right. So if you had to sell a doll on an airplane, how would you do that?
A doll on an airplane? Well, I would find some kids. And I am assuming I have the doll with me, so I would just kind of pull it out and be like, this sounds so creepy. I was going to say, do you want to play with my doll? But, I wouldn't be creepy about it. I'd be like, oh my gosh, you have young daughters, or boys, whatever. Look at this fun doll I have, and I'll have little accessories with me, and I'll just, sit there and play with the kids for a little bit, and then the mom's going to be like, oh my gosh, I love that doll. I'll be like, sick, it's $150. Do you want to buy it right now? And then
okay, cool.
There, she bought the doll.
Now, let's say you successfully sold the doll.
Okay.
And now you need to buy it back. How'd you do that?
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Okay. So, ma'am, I noticed that something is wrong with this doll. I'm going to give you your money back. And take the doll, and I'm going to take your address, and I'm going to ship you a new doll when I get back to wherever I'm going. Because I don't know where this plane is going. Or where I'm coming from.
Okay.
From our warehouse. from our doll warehouse with accessories and dolls.
All right. What's the difference between inner join and outer join?
Join?
Inner join and outer join.
Inner join and outer join?
Mm-hmm.
Well, inner join is obviously when you're joining internally, and outer join is something more outer. I hate the way you're looking at me right now.
All right. What makes up a standard 3D pipeline?
I assume this has something to do with 3D animation.
Yes.
So a 3D pipeline.
Yep.
Okay. You're making this more weird and I'm getting
Well, I'm
nervous.
just taking notes.
Okay. Now I just feel like I'm really in an interview and I hate interviews. Stop. Okay. So, 3D pipeline. I'm going to guess some sort of dimensions. And
3 of them.
Very funny. So 3-dimensional. Okay. Dimensions. Measurements are dimensions. Some type of animation. And you're gonna also have to bring in... God, words aren't coming to my head right now.
It is so difficult not to laugh right now.
Well, because you do this. If I sat here and I was like, okay, now...
Yeah.
Fill out this real estate data form, you'd probably be confused too.
I'd write down 12. All right.
Next question.
How many tries would it take to successfully choose a random picked number from between 1 and 1,000?
Wait, can you ask that again?
Yeah. How many tries would it take to successfully choose a randomly picked number between 1 and 1,000?
Well, you have a 1 in 1,000th chance.
Mm-hmm.
This is like there's an actual answer to this.
Yeah.
I know this is like 8th grade algebra. Oh gosh.
I don't know the answer to this, but I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, and I feel like it's...
Is it like, are we overthinking it?
I think so.
Read it one more time.
How many tries would it take to successfully choose a randomly picked number between 1 and 1,000?
1,000.
Here we go. I think that's right.
Yeah, it's got
That makes sense.
Because you could just go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, or just like...
But the thing that's throwing me off is like to randomly pick it.
Right, so I mean like it would be...
There's no way. It's just probability.
Like probability, it would be around 1,000.
If it were like, there's a word for it.
Deviation.
Yes.
Yeah. It'd be...
Because if you like flip a coin 100 times because of... There's like, there's another thing of it. Like odds of probability. I think it's like the odds of probability. It's going to be pretty even.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be like 47 and 53 or like something like that.
And if not, it'd be like 1,002. Something more than 1,000.
Yeah, okay. We'll go with that.
All right. This is a classic. How does an easy bake oven work?
With a light bulb. Electricity.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm like easy bake oven champion.
For sure, for sure. All right, let's see. We can do a couple more. This is a good one. What kind of topology would you have for 3D models?
Topology?
Topology.
Pass? I feel like I'm gonna sound smarter just passing on that question than trying to answer it.
You'll get negative points if you do that. You have to answer.
Okay. What kind of topology for what? 3D animation?
It's for like a 3D model, yeah. So let's just say like if you were modeling a couch.
Okay.
What topology would you use and why? And just for like, let's just say, just like a phone app game. Like let's say Sims.
Wow, I didn't realize I'm very technologically challenged. Okay. Topology.
I think that's
Can I get
probably
a
the
definition of the word.
Yeah. No, you can't.
Okay. I was like, okay, cool. Like shapes?
Good, yeah.
Okay.
You have to a good start. I'll help you out. What kind of shapes?
Well, if it's a couch, like a square and a rectangle and a cylinder.
Ooh. You were onto something for a second.
Well, I thought we were actually
close.
Building the couch with shapes.
Well, so
I was like
okay.
thinking of the armrest. And
I'm pretty sure I know what topology is. Topology is basically like the polygons.
like the building blocks.
It's like the polygon. Polygons that make up whatever you're making. So, for example, a couch would be, if it's a low poly for like Sims, we'd probably be doing triangles. I think just because it's less stuff. But
oh, interesting. Yeah. See, I did not know that.
all right. How do you rig a 3D human model?
Do you rig it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm assuming a 3D human model, so it's going to be equivalent to a human body.
It's true.
So, would it be the exact size? Or are we scaling it down?
It doesn't really matter.
What was the question?
How would you rig a human body that you were like going to animate?
Well, you would have to individually animate like each part of the body, right?
Is that how you would do it?
Like, wouldn't each part of the body have to be separate?
I don't know.
I think
You
it would
tell
have
me.
to be, yes.
All right.
Because, like, if they're going to go different directions, they have to be separate.
All right. All right. Okay.
Oh my god, I'm so nervous.
All right, last question.
Okay.
We always end on the same question. So if you had a birthday cake and you had to exactly 3 slices to cut it into 8 equal pieces, how would you do it? And you can like draw it out on here and then we can just describe what you draw out.
Wait, so I have to cut it into 8 slices, but I only get 3.
So yeah, it's a circular.
I can only get 3 cuts.
Got a circular. It's gonna be a pumpkin pie this time.
Okay.
So you got pumpkin pie. And then you have 3 slices to cut into 8 equal pieces. And go. And you can make the cuts however you want.
Oh god, I know this is a trick.
You only have 3 cuts.
I wish you could see the reaction on my face right now. Okay. I only get 3 cuts, but it's gotta be 8 slices.
Yep.
They have to be equal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow, I feel so challenged.
All right. Is that your first slice?
No, I'm thinking. I'm mid-slice.
Okay, mid-slice.
So it has to be 8 separate pieces, but I only get 3.
Yeah. And you have 2 minutes.
I'm trying to think. Okay.
Okay, off to a good start. So the pumpkin pie has been cut evenly down the middle.
That would make 6. Oh my... Okay, hold on. I'm thinking. They have to be equal.
Or as equally as you can get it.
Well, essentially equal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can't just be random.
Interesting. So you now have 3 pieces. So so there's the slice down the middle, and then at the one point there's another slice. So there's 3 pieces, and they're all unequal. And you have 1 slice left.
In like 30 seconds. Oh gosh. I was thinking like triangles.
Mm-hmm. Think you're onto something. Maybe. You're gonna have to do...
That's 5. Did I do it right though? Like, is it a star? No, because that's too many slices.
That's 5. If you were to do a star, that would be 5, yeah.
Because that's 1, 2, 3.
Alright, 45 seconds.
Oh my god! Okay. Erase. Okay.
So you have the one in the middle.
Yes.
Okay.
The one in the middle. There can't be one just going through the center.
It could.
But then I have another slice.
30 seconds.
That's 4.
Ooh, the classic A.
Can I just cut around the outside?
Could. You might want to do a new circle, though.
Okay.
Alright, 1, 2. You say a circle?
Yeah, can I...
Yeah, you can do that. That's actually a good idea. No one's done that before. That's actually a really good idea.
Do you know what I mean?
Let's see how you draw it, though.
But then they wouldn't be even.
You were so close. If you would have had it out a little more, then they would have been like a little even. Like if it was like, I'm trying to think of the math. It would have been, so, okay, I need to describe it. I forgot because people can't see this. So Alex drew one down the center and then another down horizontally, making like an X, and then a circle in the middle. But the circle in the middle, it's the same distance from there as it is to the end. So the outer pieces are a little bigger. If you would have extended that circle out a little more towards the end, then they all would have been equal.
Okay.
I think you, out of all the people that did this, you answered it best. The second
I'm so
best,
excited.
The second best would have been Alec, and he did the same 2 slices, but then he did like a tangential line, kind of like just like a squiggle. So he would have gotten the 8 pieces, but they would have been unequal. So kind of like that, sort of. But it would have been like 8 pieces. Okay. So I think you definitely answered that best. And nice. I honestly was going to give you a pretty low score up until you did that, because that was actually really impressive. I never even thought of that.
I expected nothing less about the low score.
So I'll give you an 82.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Cool. All right. So moving on to the last game, we have, what is it called? Interview opposite day. And so for this game, what you have to do is answer interview questions. They're just like typical interview questions, but answer the exact opposite of how you normally would in an interview.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Cool. So why are you applying for this position?
Honestly, I'm so broke and I just need a job.
All right. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm super lazy and unmotivated. I'm literally late to everything. Yeah, I don't care about a lot of things, but again, I'm just like really broke and I love money.
So you say you're like pretty chill then?
Yeah, but like high maintenance.
Okay. What are your strengths?
Oh, not many. Like I said, okay, let's see, strengths. I'm really good at lying. I'm good at sleeping, good at being late. Yeah.
Okay.
That's about it.
Well, then what are your weaknesses?
Oh, very few. Let's see.
Well, that's good.
Weaknesses. I feel like I explained these when I was telling you about myself. Weaknesses. I just have none. Like
You're perfect.
I have no weaknesses.
Oh wow. All right. So it says here in your resume that you were fired from your last job. Can you explain as to why that happened?
Oh, well, the guy was a total jerk. I mean, he had it coming. I might have said a few words. He might have said some back. I might have thrown a punch or two. But it's cool. Like, I did some therapy, some anger management, so I should be good now. Okay.
Please talk about a time you exercised leadership.
Well, out of all my friends, I'm always the person that makes all the plans. So I always start the group text, figure out what bars we're going to that night. Always the ringleader.
Okay. How would your boss and coworkers describe you from your previous job?
Oh gosh. Well, remember how I said I was really good at lying? So yeah, they would describe me as super pleasant, easy to work with.
Oh, wow.
Highly capable of completing tasks.
Are you lying right now?
No.
So what would your first 2 months look like in this role?
Oh, well, honestly, I'd probably be late approximately 72% of the time. But I'll get here. I'll do my work. I just can't promise how fast, but it'll get done.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably take pretty long lunch breaks.
So what do you do outside of work?
Party a ton. I'm like always out with my friends.
So you'd say you're very social?
Yeah. Yes. It's one of my strengths.
What are some qualities that college has taught you?
Partying, being social, how to procrastinate. Yeah.
Is that it?
I didn't go to class a whole lot, to be honest.
What other companies are you interviewing with, if any?
Well, you know, like your biggest competitor, so we'll see. We'll see who gets me.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in the next 7 years?
The next 7 years?
Mm-hmm.
I don't plan that far ahead.
Okay.
I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow.
What are your salary requirements?
Well, based on my experience and great qualities and strengths and skills, I would have to say that you're going to have to pay me at least $10,000 more than what I'm making right now.
Okay.
At least. We can discuss it.
Okay. So we've noticed that there's about a 5-year gap between your last job. Could you kind of explain why?
Well, I just took some time off. I decided to be spontaneous and adventurous, and next thing I know, I was in Thailand, and then I was in Bali, and then I just like spent all my money, and then I was like backpacking through Europe for a while, ended up back here. Yeah, then decided I really just wanted to settle down, so.
Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, when will I know if I got the job?
Alright, well, it's nice talking to you.
It's literally nothing you would ask me in an interview.
Cool. So.
My palms are so sweaty.
You're nervous?
Yeah, those questions were so horrible.
Cool. I think you did pretty good. I'd give you like a solid 80, I think. It's pretty good.
I don't know how raunchy we were going to go with that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Some of the past people, they went to some dark places.
Oh, God. I should have listened before.
We've had one person take a poop in the sink and...
Oh, wow.
Rob a bank. The first interview was definitely the most dark, I think.
Oh my God, was that Alex?
It was Alex.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, cool. So I think you got a total score of like, what was it, 182? 162?
162.
Yeah. So it's pretty good. Not last. So there you go.
Good.
Cool. So that just about wraps everything up. Is there anything you'd like to say? Any like last words of advice, or if you're promoting anything, or anything you want to talk about?
Drop my merch? No, I'm just kidding.
For sure. Like, social media, anything.
Oh, I mean, hit me up on Instagram if you want to see some home photography.
Sweet. And what's your name for that? The Instagram name? Oh,
Alex Altwies. Should I spell it out?
Sure.
AlexAltwies. Yeah, I go in some pretty cool houses. That's cool. Sometimes people respond to them. They're like, "That's a nice house." I'm like, "Thanks." I took pictures of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you need a realtor, hit me up. I'm not gonna name drop right now, but
Cool. And now, so the podcast's not really big right now just because we started about a few weeks ago, but give it like 5 years when we have like 500 episodes.
This your 7-year plan?
Mm-hmm. And then like your episode's number 4, so you're going to have all the people contact you 5 years from now.
Okay, perfect. So, like, don't forget to do that thing when you get famous. Like, I know all the podcasts I listen to, if, like, it's, like, episode 40. They're like, okay, but seriously, like, go back and start at episode 1.
Right,
and then,
right.
Like, start at episode 1, then get here. Like, don't forget to do that.
Like, honestly, that's what I do.
Go back and start at episode 4. It's the best one.
Right. That's what I do with my podcast, though, just because usually the first ones are a little better because it's not as dry because they have all sorts of different stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cool. So, yep, that just about wraps up everything. Thank you for joining us on Straight Outta College.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Cool. Hey, audience. This is scripted. If you have any questions or recommendations for guests, or you'd like to be a guest, feel free to contact us at our email, soutofcollege@gmail.com, which is listed in the description. Also, if you'd like to support the podcast, please go out to our Patreon account in the description as well. All the proceeds will go towards the podcast, which pays for better equipment and other fees for creating a higher quality and more accessible podcast. I'm considering just like copying and pasting that into all of that.
Yeah, why would you just do that?
Because you gotta make it live, you know? In case you want to throw in something different, you know?
Well, let me just re-record that one.
Yeah. I don't know. Alright, well, that's our podcast.
Wait, I didn't know we were
Thanks for tuning in.
See ya. Oh my gosh.